everyone. I wanted to give you guys an update about my health, especially since I made a community post last night asking for prayers. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little teary because I already recorded this video once, but started crying too much when I was talking about a certain subject, basically about how when people are sick sometimes, um, you get isolated. I was talking about that isolation when feeling sick and got very teary. So before I do that, let me first give you the health update. And then I may not talk about that tonight because I'm not feeling that well. And I don't want to upset myself any more than I've already been upset, because then I can have more symptoms in my body. But I do want to talk about that at some point. I want to talk about how difficult it is for people with diseases, especially diseases of the immune system, when there are things like COVID breakouts and other things, and you want to be around people, but you just can't. And this came up for me. I'm just going to tell this story real quick, and then I'll give the health update. This all came up for me because my stepdaughter is on vacation, and her boyfriend has been diagnosed and tested positive for COVID, which means she probably has it, and she wants to come home. And I want so much to be able to have her here and take care of her, but I can't. And I'll explain why in the health update. But it's not safe for me, and it's really hard, and it's breaking my heart. And so that's what brought all this up. So, but let me get to the health update. That's going to be easier for me to talk about. So, the health update is that, as I had mentioned, I've started feeling sicker after my second daratumumab treatment. I'm very sensitive to the drug. After the first treatment, my cells that fight viruses and cancer went down to about 1/3 of normal. They were already like low normal because of, everything I've been through in the transplant. So when they dropped, to 1/3 of whatever. They dropped to 1/3 of normal after the first dose. I didn't know that my cancer counts had already been cleared and I didn't need a second dose because my labs didn't result, so I went in for a second dose. After the second dose, on Thursday, Saturday, I started feeling sicker, and by Saturday night, I was having burning and sweating in my body, and I was up about half the night. Monday night wasn't as bad as Saturday or Sunday night, so I got up and I did a little bit more on Monday, including having a great call with my friend. I went out, I picked some stuff, I fed the chickens, my neighbor's chickens, and did some other stuff, and I stayed up watching shows with my kids until 8:30, which isn't late, but I was really tired. And by the time I got to bed, the burning was getting really bad, and I was feeling really sick, like I could throw up. The burning starts, so basically what the burning is from is the first round of daratumumab I had. My cells that fight viruses got knocked down so low, I got the shingles, and the amount of Valtrex they were giving me was enough to keep it from spreading, but not enough to get rid of it. And they didn't give me more for a long time until my family doctor saw what was going on. I was sick for so long with the shingles. And then finally, my family doctor had to put me up to 4 grams of Valtrex a day. And then I finally got better from the shingles. So, and I've been on 4 grams of Valtrex a day since then. When I've tried to go down to 3, the shingles have started to come back. So I'm very susceptible to that. So I've been paying attention to my body a lot today, and I feel like that's definitely what's going on. So last night, the burning in my body definitely was increasing. So I feel like probably what happened is the second dose of daratumumab knocked my NK and T cells down even more than they were after the first dose. So I was at a third of normal. Who knows what I'm at now? I could be very close to 0, which is where I was after 4 doses the first time. My cells were like non-existent. But they didn't realize and kept dosing me, but that's another story. But so it could be that I'm down at that level now, where I don't have anything to fight viruses, much to fight viruses or cancer. So I have to be extremely careful, which is why I can't have my stepdaughter here, because if I got a virus at this time, other than the shingles virus I'm already fighting, that would be really, really, really bad for me. So we're trying to find somewhere else that she can go if she's really insistent on leaving the house where everyone else is with down at the beach. But unfortunately, see, I would like her to stay down there where at least she's with adults, like the father and the grandmother are there. So I feel like she has people that'll take care of her. And if she could be here where we could take care of her, that would be great, but that's not safe. So, but anyway, I just wanted to get on and give an update and also just talk about that. And I don't want to talk about it anymore because I don't want to get any more upset. But illness takes a lot from you, including your ability to care for the people that you love the way that you want to. Yeah. So that's all. I'm not going to talk about anything else. I don't want to get more upset. I love you all so much. Thank you all for keeping me in your prayers. I love you.